Yo, what's going on? What's happening? Um, I think about my past sometimes, man, and I shake my head in disgust. Especially when people um that make comments in the comment section of my videos and email me and DM me and they tell me how good of a job that I'm doing, and keep it up, brother, keep on spreading the word and the knowledge and the this and the that, and it's like, yo, y'all just don't know me. Y'all don't. Taking heat, I care about black people, but then again, I don't. Straight up. Like, if it's a thing to be empathetic and apathetic at the same time, that's who I am. Real talk. I'm not the person that you think I am. I'm not the person that you all have put in a box. And that some of you all have actually underestimated me. That I am capable of being the very thing that I despise, which is an N-I-G-G-A, because that is where I come from. That's my background. Most of my family members are N-I-G-G-A's. Whether they be low class or middle class, it's what? The state of mind. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of my past, but then again, I can pull, some of my past out and bring it into the now in order for it to work as a defense mechanism. If you get what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to even lie. I mean, this is in our culture to be proud to be from the streets. It's in our music to be proud to be from the streets. But I'm not proud of it because I've never learned anything positive when I was in those streets at all. I did learn, don't get it twisted. I learned how to be a savage. I learned how to mistreat my black women. I learned how to roll a blunt. I learned how to do shotguns. Well, you take the weed, the blunt, turn it around, put it in your mouth like that. Hey, put your hands over here and you hold your hands over your nose like this, and I'm gonna blow it all in your face, smoke. I learned how to rock a blade in my mouth. I learned how to carry an ox around with me. I learned how to break the law. And it's crazy how some people are proud to be from the streets, while others that's not from it admire those that's from the streets. And that bugs me out. It bugs me out. I don't like my past. I despise it. Because my past is nothing but just negative. Negative. Most of my family members are N-I-G-G-A-S's. All of this stuff, being a vegetarian, working out, grounding, sun gazing, all that stuff I talk about. You would have told me all of that stuff back in the days, I would have been like, man, get the hell out of here with that mess, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Not trying to hear it. You can never judge a book by its cover. Because you all seem to think that you know me, you've boxed me in. Not knowing that now that I sun gaze, now that I ground, I practice grounding. Now that I'm a vegetarian, now that I exercise, it's for a particular reason. I'm trying to get away from all of the negative things that I used to do in the past. See, you didn't know me in the past. You didn't know I used to grow these, what is this? My thumb, and I don't know what finger this is, particular finger this is, but I used to grow my nails for these two, on these two fingers. Why? To be able to grip that roach and, or take some tweezers and do it. Or the roaches, you got about 5, 6, 7, 8, you put them all in one joint and roll them up, or one blunt and joint and roll them up. Took me a long time for my lips to get back pink again. And it's taken even a longer time for my eyes to turn back white. Real talk. That's real talk. And some people may say, man, what is this? Usher's confessions or something? What are you saying all of this to us, Langston? Why? Well, really, if you're not hearing a message, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's for those that's going to be in the near future. Maybe it's for those that's in the near future, like 2023, 22-23. So I want to talk to the youth. I want them to know just how fucked up I was growing up, so they won't go down the same path. Straight up. I began my journey of being a 304 when a dude asked me how many women I slept with. And I told him at the time, I think it was 3. He said, well, you need to step your game up. And I was knocking him down. And at the end of the day, once it was all said and done, I had football numbers and didn't even know why. Why? What was the purpose? When you didn't love any one of them. When you didn't get anything from them. That when you have sex with someone, you're exchanging not only bodily fluids, but you're exchanging energy. But y'all don't hear me though. I don't understand how a person can say that they're proud to be from the streets. How? When a person says that, or if a person reminds me of anything or one back from in my past, I get away from them. I walk in the other direction because I don't have no time for it. That plain and simple. I've seen some of everything that I shouldn't have saw. The most atrocious things that you can imagine happening. Happen. I've been right there, front row seat, right there seeing it. And I have friends that have seen worse. Pretty Ricky ain't no nice, kind person. And for those that don't know who Pretty Ricky is, you know, he's my brother. He's not no nice, kind person like, you know, he's always been that way. I met him with an attitude. Like, damn, you just don't smile at all, right? Oh, okay. First week, I think it was the first week. Yeah, it was the first week. I can't say that. But let's just say this. There was a situation that happened, and I was like, yo, okay, this is the type of dude that I'm dealing with. We gonna be brothers, but his attitude is worse than mine. But now, he never harm a bear. He never harm anyone. Man, of course, he's gonna defend himself. Hey, you don't want to take it there with him. But at the same time, you know, he's changed. And that's what you do when you get older. That's what you do. For those that don't know. Because I know some of you all that look at my videos, y'all are young. Some. This is what you do when you get older. You reminisce on how wild you used to be. And what you try to do when you're older is to get away from that nonsense. Because that's not who you are now. Man, I remember seeing the first time I seen somebody get shot up, laying there on the floor like gasping for air. It's not like the movies. He had a couple of holes in his shirt, and it was like a little bit of blood. I never forget it. The first time I seen someone get shot. The first time I was in the midst of a shootout. Not saying that I was shooting people. I'm saying in the midst of it, like people shooting back and forth. I can never deal with that in my age now. I would never be in that type of environment right now. I remember the first time I went to jail. Hell, I went to jail a couple of times. Man, you put me in a holding cell right now, I'm like, mommy, please, mommy, no. But back then it was like, man, ain't nothing but a breeze. I'm telling you. Remember hanging out in the hood and projects. You know what I'm saying? Being cool with people that, how can I put it without dry snitching? I'll just say hanging around with people that, and you saying to yourself, hey, he cool with me. I don't think he would do that to me, but it's wolves in the projects. It's wolves in the hood. And it's just only a matter of time when, before a wolf will turn on you. Real talk. I just don't get it. I don't understand how a person can be proud that they're from the streets, that they come from the streets. Period. Excuse me. True indeed, I've never sold crack cocaine in the streets. I've never shot anyone in the streets. But I was out there along with them. Real talk. Now, like I said before, I've seen things that I knew I ain't had no business seeing at a young age. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And this is the reason why I allow my children to grow up and just be kids. That's it. Not kids doing grown adult shit. Like how I did. Or at least I'll say my generation did. Generation X. I didn't have no business smoking weed for the first time at 7 years old. I didn't. And you know who gave it to me? At the time, my stepfather. Straight up. I didn't have any business being damn near alcoholic at 18, 19 years old. Went to stay with my cousin in Glen Cove, Long Island because my aunt would leave for the weekend. That's how hood she was. She would go see, her boyfriend that was in upstate, locked up, conjugal visits for the weekend. She wasn't concerned about what we were doing from Friday night all the way to Sunday night. And we went buck wild. Could you imagine some teenagers having a house to themselves and no parents were around? The shit that we did. Real talk. Having smoke outs, smoke fests, whatever you want to call it, the blunt, bomb. That was the first time I ever hit a bomb. This is crazy. I just wish, that I can erase the past and start a clean slate. And grew up like in a middle class home, where there was a mother and a father there, and I did, I did the things that I do with my children. Straight up, play Scrabble, Monopoly, go to the beach. Straight up. This past summer, I took my son to Miami for the first time. Took a flight out, stayed for a week. I wish I could have done that with my father. But you can't take back the past. And I wish I could, or this and that. So hey, that's nothing. And so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what you can do is, as corny as this may sound, and as redundant as it may sound, is you got to teach the kids. You got to school the kids, so they won't go down the same path that some of us have gone down. That's real talk. But I'm thankful that I made it through. And to a certain extent, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that you all have boxed me in, because it's like, yo, I've truly changed. For someone to tell me, Langston, man, you shouldn't do this when I step out of the box, that's not you. It goes to show that you all think that y'all know me, but it's like at the same time, you highly respect. And that's out of character for me to do some ignorant, stuff that you may not like. What that tells me in a positive way, what that tells me is that I've changed. But yeah, man, I'm not proud of being from the streets at all. I don't like it, because I can tell you that I haven't learned anything positive being in those streets. Running away from home, having my mother worried, not knowing my mom's, man, please, man, all she did was pray. She didn't know where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, throughout the years, she didn't know it's she get a call from my father, and he'll be like, yeah, your son is here. What? But I thought he was down south. Nah, he's here. It has led to nothing positive in my life, for being from the hood. What you gonna use? Okay, I say this. I'm smart enough to put it in a book. That's it. For those that are from the hood, that have street stories, be smart enough to put it in a book. Or create a YouTube channel or some type of social media, get on some type of social media and tell your story and monetize whatever, social media you're on, and get paid for it. Other than that, you're going to sound like one of these old school heads that's on the block talking about what they used to be and how they used to do this and used to do that. And all these stories that they're talking about is useless, because they stupid. They're old, ignorant individuals that didn't, when age crept up on them, wisdom didn't come along with it. It's the reason why I drink water. The reason why. 40 ounces, back to back. Puerto Rican rum, brown, white liquor, easy Jesus. I can go on. Come on. If y'all don't know, I wasn't in those streets. I wasn't from the hood back in the days. Based on the way that I'm talking, I don't know what the hell to tell you. Real talk. Shotgun through the nose. Shotguns through the nose. You know what I'm saying? We all used to do the shotguns back in the days. I learned how to roll a blunt. I learned how to bag up nickel and dime bags of weed. I could go on with the whole trifling shit that I used to do back in the days. I can't take none of these. I'm laughing because it's funny to me. I can't take none of these hood. What is it? How can I put it? When you put, when you have an application, you filling out an application for a job. What is it that you put? I forgot how you put it. But I can't take none of these abilities I say for lack of better word, you know what I'm saying? I can't take none of these hood abilities, you know what I'm saying, and put it on an application and think that I'm gonna get a job. Straight up. I just can't. You know, all this hood stuff I have to just get out of my mind. Because it just don't result in anything. So get to the point, Langston. What you saying? You know, I know you said this and you said that and you're trying to do it for the kids and this, that. Make your point. My point in making, man, at the end of the day, for all you kids out there, you don't want to go down those streets. Because those streets ain't worth shit. And to be real with you, nowadays, you don't have to go down those streets because what they're doing is tearing the streets the fuck up. They're gentrifying all of these streets. So it's best, straight up. I'm not going to tell you to go get an education, you know, because, you know, it just depends on what kind of education you're talking about. If you're talking about like the education as far as going to college, it's going to put you in debt. What I will tell you is this. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is infinite. And you have the internet. And anything that you need to know or learn, you can get it for free. It's accessible. And be whoever you want to be in life. And if someone tells you, oh, you ain't from the streets, and, you know, tries to talk down to you and make you feel bad because you a middle-class guy or middle-class female, you know, that's trying to be positive in, you know, in life and do the right thing, hey, shun them away. Get away from them. If they're walking down the street, go in the opposite direction. Because I can tell you, man, that's all I got is stories. And those stories lead to nothing. There's no, when coming from the streets, there's not a golden pot at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. Or the end of the street. For real. It's nothing but death, violence, sex, drugs, all that stuff. Because the streets, what I've learned is, puts you in a bubble. And when you're in the streets, you're looking out and you're saying that that's not reality. That's not my reality. I can't be positive. I can't do this and I can't do that. And then your peers are telling you that's in this bubble called the streets. They're telling you that you can't do A, B, and C as well. It wasn't until I walked away from the streets is when I learned that the reality of life is, you know, being positive and doing the right thing, eating right, you know, treating one another better, loving one another, taking care of your family, raising your children, taking trips, vacations, enjoying life. That you're supposed to laugh and smile more than you're supposed to frown. Straight up. And that life is short. So enjoy your life while you have it. Because sooner than later, we all will be 6 feet under ground. And that is a reality. My name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video.